Many of us would have heard this phrase Trishanku Swarga or Trishanku Heaven. Yeah, there is most Indians will perhaps have some sense of this one in between difficult space kind of thing. It's an interesting story behind it. There was once this king called King Trishanku who once had a strange desire. He wanted to go to heaven but with his body intact. So he went to sage Vasishta, who was the greatest of them all at one point, and he asked him, I want to, this is what I want to do. Please help me. Vasishta wasn't really convinced by it. He said, sorry boss, that's not happening. You really have to go and work with yourself. You have to do some tapas. So do that tapas and then that will guide you. Yeah. So this fellow was not convinced. So he went to another sage, Sage Vishwamitra. Sage Vishwamitra was not fully developed at that point. He had some hopes still left in him. So he took the bait of Trishanku's story and wanted to prove his power. So he used all his powers to push Trishanku up. And Trishanku, using that, went up to heaven. And just as he entered the gates of heaven, Indra, the king of the heavens, was not happy that he's coming in with his body, and he just simply pushed him out. And he just fell upside down at great speed and he was screaming to Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra was enraged and he was from here, looked at him, pushed him back, and he forever hangs there in between. Yeah. So that's the story. Trishanku is hanging upside down between earth and heaven. Neither can he go forward into heaven, nor can he go back into his old kingdom and be a king. He's caught in between, not knowing what to do, and is perennially stuck there. Yeah? But this is a beautiful story, and many of us can perhaps relate with it. I'll give you some examples. I know many people who've really pursued their passion. They're really good technology people, and they've started a startup company based on that. Or they've pursued alternative careers. They've quit their mainstream jobs and moved into alternate careers for social welfare or because of a call of dharmic responsibility, etc. But later on, after a few years, figure out that they've not really sorted out the financial angle of life. Yeah, and they can neither leave what they've done because they've invested years in it and go back to their old careers, nor are they able to move forward because they've not sorted out the financial. And they're desperately trying to sort it out. Yeah, but in their process of trying to sort it out, they generally this is, don't look at their relationship with money, which has contributed to their being here, and there usually is not a great willingness to look at it. There's another example. It's a common thing about motherhood. Once you become a mother, suddenly there is tremendous demands of you to being, caring and self-sacrificing, etc. Yeah. If you're not used to it, then you really have to reinvent yourself. If you've been used to living a different way of experiencing yourself in the world and those actions in the interface, you will have to really reinvent yourself in this. Of course, biology will help there, but still it's a challenge. If not, the demands of it will be quite intense. Let's say after a year of becoming a mother, a year or two, if you have to go back to your older life where you had a job or a passion or something that you did, you may want to simply recreate it as is, but that would not happen. That context would also have moved on over the last 2 years, and you will find it difficult to enter. You will want to enter it the same way you had entered it, and you will want to recreate it. That won't be happening. Now, you will also not be fully available because you're also a mother now. Earlier you were not. Now, so to reintegrate these two as per your aspirations will require you to really do some soul searching, ask yourself tough questions. Whom do you want to be? Whom are you being, etc. Yeah. Now, this process is called tapas. Seriously asking yourself deeper questions and working with yourself. And if you don't do that, you will want to take whom you are as this into a new context and try to fit it in, which is what Trishanku tried to do. He wanted his body and take it there, whereas Sage Vasishta clearly asked him to do certain things, do the tapas, ask serious questions about yourself. Then perhaps the question would change. Maybe he would figure out that he's trying to become some great person by doing it. Maybe he's trying to run away from something. Maybe he really wants it. For some reason, he has thought something else out. So that kind of questioning of myself, really looking at myself is tapas, not this, one old man with beard standing one-legged, with emaciated body, etc. So that kind of tapas will happen if you start listening to yourself deeply. If you start doing an asana practice which is breath focused, and it will really help you make alternative choices in spaces in life where you feel a little stuck. Yeah, thank you.